Hey YouTube, this is Orion making another vid. If you like my content, please consider hitting the like button. Also, please consider subscribing, as it is very much appreciated. This is my overview of the Victorinox Swiss Army Knife Super Tinker Red version. See below in the description bar for the rest of the stats on this knife. This knife was actually given to me several years ago by a very good friend of mine who was a friend on the now defunct poster that I developed a friendship on the Cold Steel forums. He lived in America, and he carried this model Swiss Army knife with him while he over in America, and he just said one day, we were talking about pocket knives and Swiss Army knives and whatnot, and I said I hadn't carried one for many years, and just out of the blue, he said, well, they're like $20 here in America, and I'll send you one. And I said, no, mate, you don't have to do that. But he was insistent. And anyway, he ended up sending me one. And it was very much appreciated. It's just a small gift, but it just shows you the generosity that you find on the forums. And it was a lovely gift. And I actually lost contact with him. The Cold Steel forums has long since stopped. It's gone now. It has been taken down, and I have lost contact with him. But every time I see this pocket knife now, I remember the good conversations we had with him, that I had with him, and yeah, I just wish I'd maintained the friendship. But anyway, it holds a lot of sentimental value to me, and I'm glad I got it. But anyway, this is the Super Tinker, and this is my overview of it. I will say it's probably not my favourite of the Swiss Army knives. I'm still looking. I think I found the favourite. I recently bought the Hiker, which I have just done a overview of it. And it doesn't have a pair of scissors in it. This one does, but this one doesn't have the saw in it, which I think is another handy piece of kit. Well, the Field Master, which I am yet to buy, will have, it has the saw, the awl, and the scissors. So I'm going to buy a Field Master, and I think that'll be my Swiss Army knife. But anyway, I'll go through this one. I'll put all the usual stats in the description bar as per usual. As per normal now with all the Swiss Army knives, I don't carry any of them without adding these pocket locators on them. This keyring isn't a titanium version. It's just a standard stainless steel, but it is the smaller 10mm versions. The normal Swiss Army knife ones are bigger. I've run out of the 10mm titanium ones. I'm going to have to buy some more, but I've got a heap of these 10mm stainless steel ones, so I put the 10mm stainless steel, and I've got a heap of these stainless steel pocket locators suspension clips, whatever you want to call them. Anyway, I've added it onto it. So that's how I do all my Swiss Army knives now. And that's the only addition I do. I have ordered a ballpoint pen. And I'm going to see, because they list them as 50mm. And I've measured these are 50mm as well. And I'm hoping that they will be able to replace the toothpick. The 50mm ballpoint pen, I'm hoping, might be able to slip into there. And if they do, I'm going to buy a heap more of the pens and replace the toothpicks with pens. But I'm not sure yet. I've only bought one just to see if that works. But anyway, on to the overview. I've already talked for 6 minutes and I haven't even started. It's a traditional Swiss Army knife, slip joint, with 14 functions. It's the red scale material, ABS, cellidor, built on the 91mm frame. Height is 17mm. They listed the weight as 84 grams, but it is actually, I weighed it at 87.68 grams with the pocket locator. The tools consist of large blade, I'll have to get it here, small blade, can opener with the screwdriver 3mm on the top, bottle opener, and the wire stripper down there. And if you're really careful, that can be a light pry bar, but if you do that too hard, you will develop blade play, I'm pretty sure. And it has the 6mm screwdriver up the top. I don't have very good fingernails, so it's hard to get these out. Reamer, punch, and sewing all with the eyelet to put thread in. Phillips head screwdriver. Scissors. Probably one of the most useful tools I find. I really love the scissors. And they're quality bit of, the Swiss Army scissors are pretty good. They work really well. Multifunction hook. Good for picking things up. Lots of uses on there. Usual affair, toothpick. As I said, I'm going to try and replace that with a pen. I don't know how that's going to work out yet. I'll report back with that. Tweezers. And the keyring, as I said, but I've replaced that with the 10mm stainless steel and added the pocket locator. Made in Switzerland by Victorinox. It was a gift from a good friend in America. I don't know how much. I think he said he paid about $20 US for it. But I see them selling here in Australia for about $42. They reckon they're marked down from about $70, but I think they're worth about $40 Aussie, personally. I won't pull all the tools out so you see them all deployed. Pros for this knife is it's based on that 91mm frame, which I think is about one of the best sizes for the Swiss Army knife. The bigger ones that tend to be too thick in the pocket for me. I like this size frame, so it's a good size tool for this type of knife. And like this is what's in my pocket today, and it's a big knife. That's the 804 Rexford Zero Tolerance, and it's massive compared to it, like, so it's a good size knife. And even against a multi-tool like my Wingman, it's even a lot smaller than it. So you can see it's a good size tool. And while it's the other pro for it, it's got a reason, like it's got the standard, most of the tools on it. It's got a good spread of tools, but it doesn't have exactly the right amount for me, but it's got most of what I want on it, especially the scissors. It doesn't have the saw, but I'll come back to that. And that comes to the cons. It lacks the saw. For me, that is what I want in a tool. And as I said, once I get the Field Master, I think I'll have found the perfect Swiss Army knife for me. And that's the only con I can really find. Again, it's just Swiss Army knives are ubiquitous tools. Like, they're really good. Slip joints, like, personally I don't like them, but they're adequate. You just have to take a little bit more care with them. They can close down on you, but if you know how to use them properly, they are reasonably safe to use. And they're quality tools. And most people don't see them as weapons. They do see them as tools. So pulling them out, you're not going to scare people with them, because they do see them as tools. You don't scare people when you pull them out and start cutting up your food or whatever, so. And I've seen there's a bloke on YouTube at the moment showing that they are a versatile tool. You can actually use them for so many things. A little bit of out-of-box thinking, and they're an excellent tool. You can just use them for so many things. And I can see why they are so popular, because they are a very, very solid tool. But this is the Super Tinker, and it was probably one of I won't say it was my first one. I had different ones back when I was a teenager, or a bit earlier. But this was, a gift from a friend. And I've had it for several years now, like I'd say nearly a decade. I haven't done a lot of work with it, but I have carried it a fair bit. And just a solid offering, another solid offering from Victorinox. But anyway, that's just my overview. But I won't carry them without these anymore. And if you go back and watch my overview for my hiker, you can see why I like these, because they just work. They replace the pocket clip, and they just sit in your pocket properly. But anyway, that's my overview of the Swiss Army knife, Victorinox Swiss Army knife Super Tinker. Thanks for watching.